Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just giving an update now. We now move to the Koraila third generation 2450 pump. Now, everybody saw before I had the 1950 pump, which I exchanged that because the water flow was not strong. So we went now to the 2450. And honestly to say, this thing is the same thing as the 1950. I just put some water in my tank, so of course I disturbed a lot of the sand bed and all that stuff. So now this actually highlights, how the water is actually flowing. As you can see, of course, right next to the pump, it looks great. But then, of course, as soon as you get halfway to the pump, I have the tank. I got a 55 gallon and straight dead zone at the other end of the tank. It just slowly just dies down and just stops. So it did the 1950 did the same exact thing. So I went up another size bigger, and it's doing the same thing anyway. Like I said before, these things are quiet, which is great. They are quiet, they have a little bit smaller profile in the tank, but I'm sorry, for the strength, you might as well keep your old, if you still have the old ones. This is my old one right here. And this thing moves water. Literally. If I put this thing in here, this thing moved from one side to the other. It gave great water flow. It just was bigger, and it was a little bit louder as it got older. But basically, if I changed the impeller, it will probably just be a little bit quieter, because I haven't changed that impeller ever. And I had this thing probably 5 years. So I'm probably just going to get another one impeller and put it back in the tank. Like I said, I like the small, compact version of this, but just the water flow is not doing anything for me. And this is just a 55 gallon tank, so if you pretty much would have to put two of these in here on both sides, so it pretty much defeats the whole purpose of it. More than likely, I'm going to go to the Ecotech. I'm going to have to, spend the money and get it. I was holding off, hoping this was going to be a great thing, but the Ecotech, yes, is a way better. And I was just maybe holding off till I actually get a bigger tank, because I was looking at another bigger tank to look and buy and get. Probably like I think maybe another 97 gallon tank or something like that. Not sure yet. I was looking at the CAD light system that they had. It was nice, because right now I don't have a pump. I don't have a sump. I just have a Fluval 406. So I wanted something more streamlined, so there was more, less stuff in the tank. But this was my first saltwater tank I started, so of course, beginners tried something new, and it was inexpensive. Oh god, are these guys fighting in there? Yeah, I got a fox face, because I lost my other fox face during Sandy. He died because once I lost power, got freezing cold, and I think within I had lost power for 2 weeks, and they slowly went one by one. Everybody saw my tanks before. The only guys that survived were the clownfish. These are the only original guys in there. There's my clownfish. So, like I said, it's a nice pump, but for what they claim this thing pushes, it doesn't do it. And this is, like I said, it's just a 55 gallon tank. It's rated with different type of guards that you have. They come with 3Ds. This is the medium size one that's in right now. Is what they call the free flow, or just a diffuser, actually. I was saying, sorry. And they have a small fish guard. So basically, this thing is supposed to give with this diffuser, it's supposed to almost pump out with salt water 1350 gallons per hour. Free flow, if I just take that little piece out, it should be pumping out 1950. But I tried it without the diffuser. I tried it with this one, the small one. It still did the same thing. The flow rate was still the same. And the way, like I say, the way this thing is dispersing the pattern of the water, the older one was better. I'm sorry to say, Hydor, they got to step their game up, put a stronger motor in it, or a bigger impeller, do something. But from the 1950 and the 20 and this one, I didn't see no difference of how the water was moving in here. It was the same dead spot right here compared to the 1950. So it didn't really make a big difference. It's the same price. It was actually on Amazon. It was $2 more for this one, for the 2450 from the 1950. So for $2 more, you might as well get this. If you have a bigger tank, you have to get 2 of those. One is not going to do it. And like I said, I didn't want to see 2 of these things in here because I thought just one would actually make a great difference. I saw, like I said, the Ecotech. I saw just one. I think it was like the 44. I forgot whatever it was. The one they had in there, that water movement was awesome. And just like for the price they sell it for, it's like almost like $300 unit. But it has different, aspects of how to control the wave motion, nighttime, daytime, feeding to waves. I would say it's probably worth it, especially if you have a lot of corals in there, which is, that's what it's going to really thrive for. But I just have regular, just fish and rock in here. But probably going to just wind up switching it. If I get a new tank, then I'm definitely going with the Ecotechs. Probably put 2 of them in there, or just one big one, and see how that rocks out. But for right now, I got to use this, so it is what it is. So just be wary. This is the 2450. It's not the greatest. It is the quietest. I give it that. My lights are louder, which, like I said before, I have the Aquatech Life T5s. I'm more than likely going to probably switch with the LEDs. If anyone has the LEDs from Aquatic Life, please write back and let me know how they are, because I like the fact that I don't want to hear no noise. I just like streamlined. I just want a nice quiet tank. Like I said, the only thing that makes a lot of noise is my lights and pretty much my my hang on back skimmer. That's the only things that make any type of noise. Other than that, I don't really hear anything. Every once in a while, you might, if you really listen, you might hear the fluval, but that's been running pretty great as well. But remember, 2450. It's okay. It's not awesome, and hey, depending on, especially if you have a smaller tank, this will probably be great. But then again, small tank, this thing will probably take up a lot of space and stuff. But a small tank, awesome. 55 gallons, you would have to probably go with 2 of them. More than likely, you would have to get 2 of them. Like I said, at one point, if you saw my other videos, I had this one in there, and I had my old Evolution Hydor in there, and the old one was pushing the water so hard onto the other side of the tank, it was making this one look like it was struggling and just making a big disturbance with the water. And I guess with like cross stream with the water, and the fish they didn't like it that much because there was too much turbulence in there. It wasn't like a nice smooth transaction with the water. But this right here, they pretty much like it. But like I said, we're gonna try out something different with my lovely partner here, Harley. What you got in your mouth, man? Yeah. He has a found taste for nickels and quarters now. He's worse than a little baby. Every time I catch him, he's got a nickel or quarter in his mouth. Right, man? All right. Well, catch you guys later.